Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box of the Technical Trader, TechTrader.com. It's Wednesday, the 22nd, 2/22/23. And these are the charts today. Well, it was a pretty lousy day on Wall Street after FOMC spoke. They took the market down and closed it with a little bit of a bounce, but in the last few minutes, it's finished mixed. And but there was a sort of severe test of support. We'll see if that holds. I'm going to show you some longs and shorts today. ATLX has popped yesterday. We showed you that today with a nice follow through. 1004 to 1274, finishing 1248 at 154, a 14% gain. And now it's up against the post IPO spike that took it up to 1294. If we can get to that, we're looking at 15 as a target. Well, boy, I'm showing you this because on the biggest volume I've ever seen, 99.6 million shares. The stock may have hit a new low and reversed. An engulfing reversal bar, always a bullish thing. Could have closed better, but it's still up at 485, up 44 cents, a 10% gain. 486, up 45 cents, or 10%. And still trading after hours near 100 million shares. I think what I want to see is a declining top line and lateral price resistance taken out. That's going to take a move above 5 3/4. Then secondary target is 710. Aluminum stocks did well today. Constellium took a pop, I believe, on earnings. At least I know that Alcoa was upgraded, and so maybe the group itself ran. This was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave decline, followed by a coiling base pattern that took a few months to develop. There's your breakout, run up to resistance, pull back, and now today was a big pop, $1.79, 13%. Buying was 2.6 million, strong for that stock. Next targets are 17 3/4 and 20.5. Showing you Caesars because I love the basis developed after dropping this stock down from the 120 range. It dropped it down to 30, losing 3/4 of its value. And then forming a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverse head and shoulders were near the neckline. Recently backed off the flag and today spiked 275, about 5.4%. It looks to me like with your challenge is to take it out over 56 3/4, and then you're looking at 68.9 and 80.81. On the EYEN popped out of a base after a long decline and a double bottom base. You see the way this has been stair stepping up at a gain today of about 10%, popping it out across resistance and trending it towards the $4 range next. That's your next target. LAZR had a major deal with Mercedes today, exploded late in the day from 5 3/4 to 675 for $1.90 right there on 54 million shares. Still trading heavily. I like the way this looks, but there's a massive year-and-a-half long declining top line we need to get through. This is a V bottom and right-hand extension. The platform held. I think the key is going to be, can we get this over 8 1/4? And then I'm looking at a 9, 11, and 14. LLAP with a huge move today on a 2.4 billion with a B contract. Stock which had closed yesterday at 171. Opened at 290, and then exploded as high as 376 before pulling back later in the afternoon to finish at 285. But looking at that resistance here and the long-term declining top line breaking with record volume, I'm now looking for an extension at 4.5 and 5 potentially. And finally on the long side, Lazy Boy with a good report popped out, surged 28.65 to 32.74, about $4. Finished up 407, 31.55. 15% gain. Volume picked up to 1.8 million, which is a big buy for that stock. More importantly, after the 2-year declining top line was broken, now we're on our way to higher levels, it appears, with a swing target of 38.9 in that zone. Let's take a look at some bucks and shorts that appear to be have some interest. VTLE, which continued to be under pressure, is right on the May 22 low, which was 89.87. Today's low 89.64. So basically a double bottom, but we're at that low and we closed just a little bit off of it. We break here and this stock looks like it could be in the mid 70s and then even high 60s. CALX may be rolling over as well. Looks like a head and shoulder breakdown. Consolidation down 3 days in a row now. We take out support at 47. You're looking at 40 as a target. CI, head and shoulder top breakdown, snap back, and now beginning to roll over again. I'm looking for this one to take out 284 and then drop into the 270 and 260 zones. CLFD, which is one of our favorites last year, and then just collapsed here. Breakdown occurred here. It's been down ever since with hardly any rally whatsoever. My target zone is 48.49, 10 points more. I think oil is going to flow everybody to the downside. That's my take. Anyway, the long-term chart on Sinclair or DINO broke down, snapped back, and then pulled back down before flittering around in this range. That looks like a bear wedge or coil. At the very least, I would expect a declining channel to ensue and get this one down in the low 40s. PLXS got creamed here from the bear wedge and today broke. I was going to put a swing on it, got distracted, but it was down just a small fraction, so no big deal because it did snap back. However, I think if the oil does what I think it might, 87 and 77 might be targets on this one. Tandem, well, diabetes had some bad news today as Apple had some news about monitoring with their Apple Watch, monitoring glucose. Anyway, long decline. This one's gone down from 155 into the low 30s, formed a 3-month bear flag, and then we roll it over now. Now, I don't know if it's possible for it to do this, but it sure looks like that the downside would be a minimum of 29.30, maybe as low as 24. TTGT, looked at that last week and thought, boy, this looks like a short, and boy, did it roll over. How about 52 to 37.8 range, and it does look lower. I have a target 35 and then 31. And finally, oil stock, which used to be Laredo Petroleum, changed their name, I believe, to Vital Energy, if that's the same one I think it is. The bear flag broke. It tested and bounced off support. Watch carefully, VTLE under 45.5. You're looking at 37, maybe even 32. Let's look at some longs and shorts. The charts of the day at TechTrader.com. Good night, everybody.